I'm in the back end of my Shipt account. I want to show you a couple of things. First, I'll show you this, 4.84%. That's not good. I feel it should be a little higher. I do receive a lot of 5 stars, but if anyone, I'm going to say this. I have never on my worst day given a 1 or 2 star service in any job I've ever had. Even on my worst day, I'm better than most. People they're screwed in the head. 1 and 2 stars? Oh, come on. That had to be personal. Totally personal. But for the most part, I receive 5 stars. Once I probably deserved a 1 star. I already disliked waitressing. The journey was long. Stay to the end of this video. I know a lot of people say that, but I feel this one is worthy of it. And is when my father passed and I was forced to work in an industry that I already was disgusted with. I didn't want to be that anymore, and I knew I wasn't going to be that. And I had to sing happy birthday to a table. Like, you're supposed to make it jolly. I could barely get through it. And you know what? The only reason anyone cared is because the people complained. Nobody really cares about you. They don't really give a shit what's going on in your life. You got to take care of yourself and put your needs above others. Unless you're in love. But you hear me. It was a bad day. That deserved a 1 star. But anything else? Nope. Not even 2. Never. Not even on my worst day. I'm at a pickup. This is a scheduled delivery. It's Wednesday. And I'm going to see what type of day it is. Yesterday, I only completed 3 shopping deliveries because I'm doing many other things. And I already had a full productive morning. I'm happy I took this one. It's local. But I'm hoping to get some shopping deliveries today. I would prefer that. If not, it's a rainy, kind of damp day. Usually Uber works in my market. Keeps me busy for lunch. So let's see what the day brings. And I'm going to share some other information with you. The changing of the times. And I actually prefer it. I've gotten used to it. And I've been working hard to get used to it. I finally completed some shopping on Amazon. I need to upgrade my look in my wardrobe. And I ordered the wrong size. I had to send back 8 pieces. Well, I gave their computer a try. Instead of going online and letting a person take care of me, I decided to scan my own items, scan the QR code that I started the return, and printing it out myself, packaging it up myself too. And it's an adjustment, something I never did before. And then you get your receipt. Well, the sticker comes out of the machine. You place it on bags. Let me see here. Yeah. You place it on bags and you throw it in the bin. You throw it in the bin. And I didn't go online. And I liked it. I actually preferred it. I had to pay for parking. It's not worth the ticket. So I'm doing everything on the fly. Add expense manually. What vendor? And I'll say, what? I have to think of a name for this. I'll just say parking fee. Parking fee. And I have the receipt that I keep in my folder. They charge me $1. I use my Gemini credit card. Other business expense. Let's see. Parking and tolls. Yep. Perfect. And I'll keep the receipt and I'll put it in my tax folder. And all is good. Now, self-employed QuickBooks, you can take a snapshot of your receipt. I'm getting there because I think you have to use a software with it. I'm just not ready for that yet. I could always take a picture of it, which I probably will, and put it in my email folder. that I have a folder filled with my receipts. That works too. So I went to King's in Garden City, and it's a small store. It's all about convenience. She said don't substitute a few items, and I also made substitutions. Everything she asked for, a lot, most of what she asked for, they didn't have. So I don't know, like I discussed it in the last video, how apps must update with Dlivrd. It's coming back to me, the catering delivery. You know, Ease Cater has to update the menus, the items available at these restaurants, because customers aren't getting what they ordered and they're just substituting. It don't mean the customer's going to approve it. They might not want it, you know, or might not want to order from that place because they don't have what they want. Well, this is a learning curve with these apps. And I mean, she took off 2 or 3 items. I'll read it to you. I took screenshots, and I'll show you the conversation, because I even wanted to go to the sale price. I'm assuming it's a her. And I guess she don't have a phone number in the app, so she didn't get the sale prices. It was just, I mean, I was in that store for an hour, and this is a small store, and I've been here before, but for like 5 items, just get what they have and deliver right around the block. So this is a problem with the apps. You know, if customers are ordering, I mean, an occasional item, I get it, an occasional item that maybe a store don't have, but this was ridiculous. You know what I mean? I mean, she took off 2 or 3 items. She said, don't substitute. And I substituted some. And it was a small order. Crazy. I'm not going to read everything to you, but this is just to show how much we conversed for this small shopping order. And it was so much energy. And like I said, this store is not a full-size food store. It's a convenience store in Garden City. So I have to get used to it. But then it was such a hassle. I mean, this is a lot of conversation just to shop for someone. And they didn't have the number. I wanted to get her the sale price. And she sent me, all of a sudden, she was so eager to write me so fast. She sent me the number, but see how it blocked it with all the stars? It didn't show a number in the app. So I did tell her, you know, I'm so sorry. The app is blocking your number, not showing numbers. I did the best I could. This was a real struggle. I was exhausted Wednesday. This definitely took the wind out of my sails, that's for sure. And I don't think she was happy when I got there. But, you know, I'm learning from all the years of customer service. The jobs that you think are going to be the easiest are usually the worst. What I have noticed from being a gig worker and I've learned, like Spark was created for Walmart. They tell you the aisles, they tell you the location, and 98% of the time it's right. The same thing with Shipt. I believe Shipt was originally created for Targets. They tell you the aisle. And I did work Instacart briefly, and that's how it works at ShopRite's. They tell you the aisle. I can't remember if they tell you the location, but you hear me. So now these apps are being utilized to allow shoppers to shop at any store. You know? I mean, when I shop at Lidl, there's no aisle guidance. I just shopped at King's. There's no aisle guidance. I shop at Stop and Shop on Shipt. There are no aisle guidance. It makes the job harder, more challenging. I think all the apps are going to be used in all the stores across the board eventually. Like in my market, You have Stop and Shop, ShopRite, you have Walmart and Target, because a lot of people get food from those stores. And I think all the apps are going to work in all the stores. They're not going to be just, targeted toward one store. That's what I think is going to happen here. Same thing with Uber Eats. King Cullen has Shipt, Instacart, Uber Eats, and DoorDash on their website now. The last time I shopped at a Lidl, there were price discrepancies. Like, I was sending her the picture, and the woman said, I have my number or her card number in her account, so she received the sale prices. That is something that, the customer needs to do on their end so they receive the sale prices. I checked the receipt, and because I didn't type in a number, the receipt, type in a number, they didn't get the sale prices with the handful of items that they had that she wanted. I mean, I made substitutions. I could say it again, but you know what I mean. It wasn't that type of store. I thought it was going to be easy. It wasn't easy. I complete a Dlivrd delivery at the pickup. Very calm, early, on time. She brings over the 2 full boxes. I see a brown bag, doubled. I know their routine with all their sauces and everything, and napkins and little paper plates, like the little cup plates. And I know that's a part of the order. I said, is this it here? This is the whole order? She was like, yes. And I was like, that's not a part of it? She said, no. I was like, okay, this is the whole order. I know how they wrap up their food. And I get to the drop-off. I go upstairs. I'm like, hello, how are you? And the one woman's helping me. The other lady, I do remember her. And she immediately said, well, they forgot stuff. And I was like, oh, how does she know that already? I was like, oh, I did confirm before I walked away. And I did. Twice. She was like, well, they're on their way with it. And I was like, oh, good, I'm glad they're bringing it. Well, they better bring it. This is how we're spoken to a lot of the times. She didn't say thank you. She didn't say, please or thank you. When you're sitting at a table with someone and you notice they act like they're so high and mighty and they don't use words please and thank you. They talk to people like they're beneath them. That's exactly what she did to me. And I just nodded with the woman helping me that was very nervous, running around her, Typical stuff. Some management and bosses like that. So I said, okay, have a good day. She didn't say goodbye, nothing. The other lady said, thank you very much. Now I go back and there's a glass window. Oh, I'll see if I have the pictures on my phone. And I took 2 pictures because I forgot to take a picture because I just wanted to get out of there. And I could hear her. She don't even take the food out of the boxes. Well, you know what? It didn't say set up. And you would cheat with the tip. So, and you're angry that they forgot something. And I was really nice. I was like, you sure that bag? I know they have all the sauces, the napkins, those little plastic fork and knife thingies. That's all in a plastic, And she said no. She was like, no, that's not yours. Okay. Uber Freight. Harness the industry-leading combination of technology, partnership, and capacity to drive big results. Uber Freight delivers an end-to-end enterprise suite of logistics solutions to advance supply chains while maximizing savings, visibility, and efficiency. Why share this with you? I'll tell you why. 5 years ago, maybe 6, I talked about this. Uber Freight. I said it's coming. The big rigs. People running their own business using their own 18-wheelers. Not working for a company. Working directly with a business. And this is a Walmart right here. And I figured it's Walmart. And it's just incredible. I'm like, does that say what I think it says? I haven't been down this road in a while. And here I am. I was working Uber Eats today. I'll talk about that in a moment. Uber Freight. Delivering the goods. The middleman is gone. Middleman is not needed. If you know how to run a business and you're working your deal with your gig. Incredible. If you've been following me for a long time, I remember speaking about this big time. I said, that's the future. I might as well finish it up here before I drive home. I'm pretty close to home. I'm calling it a day. I started my day off with a Dlivrd delivery, and it was kind of long. It was a little far, and early in parts of the video, I share what happened. And I listened to videos and learned a lot. I had a few questions answered. And I just focused on Uber Eats because it was a little rainy. And then it rained hard. Then it got sunny. Then it got drizzly again. Then it got foggy. Then it got cloudy. It's that type of day. And I haven't worked just Uber Eats like that in like a month. So I have 5 tips coming to me. I believe I broke $80 with Uber. Kept it very local. It was worth it. I could stay out another few hours. I probably would earn more money. So let me complete this last 2 here. And I come across this. The Uber Freight. I think I'm saying that right. I remember talking about it. I was really into that like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It's been a while. You know, this chapter of my life, there's no question about it. It's coming to an end. I know it is. And something, when you are alone with your thoughts and you have quiet and you can focus, I received several answers today to where that helped me figure out what am I going to do with my online business. It's going to be more simplified. I'm going to set it up properly. I have the knowledge, the skills. I developed the skills. My foundation is solid. My platform is solid, both of them, my websites. And I couldn't figure out what am I going to do with storebuy.shop. All that work, it was bugging me. I feel like 2 cinder blocks have been lifted off my back. Not my shoulders, my back. And I'll tell you, that's the way to go. I'm going to simplify future work even more. And I feel after I get everything set up with my vision, I say that, what do you think, 20 hours a year should keep that website up and running and maintained by me. That takes years of working for free, years of planning a whole automated. I said I wanted to build a lead generating website, and I could even make it more simple and not worry about all the pages and not worry about a ton of images, and it's going to earn me decent money, and then I'll start promoting it. I mean, when you spend time alone long enough and don't give up and just keep at it, you get the rewards. And now this should be cake. I mean, I already know. I'm like, it's going to be so much more easier. I know exactly what I need to do. And start studying the Economic Ninjas courses that I paid for. But Uber Freight right there, right in front of my face. I'm like, holy cow. You know, modern technology is, I mean, it's just, like with AI, it's just taking over. The opportunities are endless if you don't act like the victim. If you can step up, I mean, that's somebody's rig. I just think it's incredible. I'm so glad I didn't give up. And I only had a few people tell me, you know, say to me, you know, you've been talking about that a long time. Oh, and people, when you bump into them, you still do that? You're doing what? You did what? It's like they can't believe it. They can't believe it. I deserve all the success coming my way. I did the hard time. And now it should be fun. I was boggled with that website for a long time. I can't sit in front of a computer 10 hours a day and work on that. I have no chance. And then the answer came to me today while I'm just bopping around town working Uber Eats. About 4:45 p.m. Bam! I said, that's the answer. I'm glad it came to me naturally. So, have a good weekend. I don't know if I'm going to work. I don't know what's going to happen. But for now, this was it for today. And a part of this video was from Wednesday. So have a good one. And never give up. Just keep doing it. Just keep going. Just keep moving forward. It'll happen.